Okay, here we have a lightweight module that is made from 1x4 pine, and it has a top made of door skin, otherwise known as plywood. The legs are 1x2s, square timber, and as you can see, I've already inlaid framework, the grid work for the support. And what it is this is also Luan plywood that's been ripped to 2 inches wide on a table saw, and then notched halfway through at certain places so that you can interlock these pieces together. And then the whole thing's laid inside with spacer blocks that are made from 1/2-inch plywood, so that everything's spaced evenly, and then the whole thing, the whole assembly, the whole support assembly is glued in place with liquid nails, adhesive. Carpenter's glue will not work because it cracks and strains too easily under pressure. It won't have the strength necessary. Liquid nails is a type of silicone adhesive that works a lot better, and it's a lot less messy, really. So now the only thing I really have to do is go ahead and make the support pieces that are going to hold the legs in place, and then put the hinges on and put the leg assemblies together. So, but as you can tell, this is angled. It's 4 feet wide on this end, and it goes down to, on this angle part, it goes down to 2 feet wide, 24 inches wide. Right, so it's a transition to a smaller module, which would be a normal size module. So that part, and you can tell, it's very, very light. The final part of the assembly of this, we'll be taking a router to this, a router on this thing, to do edge trimming. It would be a laminate trimming router bit with a bearing on it. So it'll just take and trim and cut flush along the entire surface, along the edges, to make it nice and straight flush. This is the top, and the inside, once this is all assembled with the legs and everything, is going to be treated with spar urethane to prevent cracking, warping, and water damage, or anything, to seal out the weather after the leg assembly is put on. Now the reason it goes down from 4 feet to 2 feet is the 4 foot wide section is for the yard and terminal. So when the 2 foot sections are finished, like this one I'm bringing over here, this is a 2 foot wide section. It will meet up with one of those. And then that's where the rest of the layout will continue. This here is a very big improvement over the traditional Homosote and plywood sandwich on a 1x4 frame. This is actually less than 1/2 the weight. I'm picking this up with one finger on my hand. All right? That's how light this is. One finger on my hand to pick up this module. No leg and no framework, but even when the leg and the support framework are inside of it, I'm still going to be able to pick it up with one hand. Even when the tracks and roadbed and stuff are laid down, it still will not take 2 men's strength to go ahead and lift this module up. Whereas the old section of sandwich of 1.5-inch plywood and 1/2-inch Homosote would take 2 men to lift and move it. Once these sections are together, as they come together, then I can start laying out track, roadbed, signals, wiring, switches, all the scenery and everything that goes on top of it. So, but the thing is that this whole layout's being made so that it's very light in weight and structure, and yet it can take a lot of weight. It's able to take a large amount of weight being put on top of it. I could actually stand on top of that module, and it would not break or crack. And I'm over 300 pounds. So, and these are the size trains that I'll be running on it. Some of the trains here that you see. Yeah, that was me hitting my head. As you can see there, these are O-scale, 1/4-inch scale trains. That's a diesel locomotive next to a model of an MTH model of a New York City subway car. So it's going to be a mixed use layout. Now here in this module, you can see the plywood Homosote sandwich. That module also uses 2x4s for legs. That module weighs about 45-55 pounds, and it would take easily 2 men to move it. Just to lift it up and carry it. I could do it myself, but it would be very awkward, and it would be heavy. Those 2x4 legs are also attached and held in place and braced by 1x2s. The new structure I'm building is a lot lighter in nature, and just as sturdy. The next design implement that I had was I went ahead and tried this. Just a 1/2-inch plywood on top of the 1x4 frame. Still not light enough. That's when I went ahead and found and looked and talked to a guy named Drew McCann, who runs a group on Yahoo for that he came up with a lightweight module. That's where the door skin came in. This here is a 4-foot square module. See the 1x2 legs and the door skin frame and the support framing inside of it. It's not that much, doesn't have to be that much to it because it's not supporting a whole lot of weight on top of it. It's how you do it. Those H members are glued in place with liquid nails. The legs have adjustable eyelets on the bottom of them so that you can find adjustments in height. As you can tell, and they fold out with hinges that are the same width as the legs. So that's a large module, and that's going to get attached to the angle module over here that I showed you earlier. It's going to get attached to that, to one side of that. Those 2 modules over there are going to get rebuilt into ones like these for a large yard and terminal, a station, model of Rockaway Park, Beach 116 in the Rockaways in New York City, which, by the way, was hit very, very hard by Hurricane Sandy. This recent snowstorm and rainstorm we had didn't help much either. So this essentially is going to be a 12 to 16 foot long model of the last station in line that I worked, of the terminal I worked out of, with a yard, 2 tracks for the terminal, station platform that's going to be about 7 feet long. I'll video more progress as I go along, and I'll show in future videos how the modules get connected together and how the tracks get laid down. Thanks for watching.